Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the 2025-26 BKT EuroCup draw. Today marks the official tip-off of a brand new season of the BKT EuroCup, a journey filled with passion, effort, ambition, and the pursuit of glory. We are here to determine the path each team will take as they aim to follow in the footsteps of last season's champions, Hapoel Shlomo Tel Aviv. But before we dive into the draw, let's take a moment to relive the unforgettable highlights from the 2024-25 season.
Gotta be a lob, and they get it! What a play!
Foster finds a way through.
All the way! Kadeem Carrington! Gets a stone with a power slap. Foster rises, if it goes, it wins it! Kenneth! Mission has been accomplished. Now have the right to compete in the EuroLeague. Hapoel Shlomo Tel Aviv are the BKT EuroCup champions.
And what a season it was, full of thrilling games and electrifying knockout rounds that raised the bar for excitement across Europe. And this year, the BKT EuroCup promises to keep delivering drama, intensity, and unforgettable moments. Regular season performance will continue to be crucial, and only the strongest teams will survive the road to the playoffs, keeping the stakes high from day one. Now let's get started with the 2025-26 BKT EuroCup draw. But first, a quick look at how the competition is structured and how today's draw will be conducted. Like last season, the 20 participating teams will be drawn and placed into two groups of 10 teams each. The 10 teams in each group will play against each other in a regular season phase, consisting of 18 round-robin games. Now, as you can see on the screen, the best 6 teams of each group will advance directly to the playoffs, while the last 4 will end their BKT EuroCup season right there. The top 2 teams in each group will earn a direct pass to the quarterfinals, skipping the 8th finals. The 8th finals pairings will feature 3rd versus 6th place teams and 4th versus 5th place teams from different regular season groups in a single game hosted by the higher placed teams. The winners of each game advance to visit the 1st and 2nd place teams in do-or-die quarterfinal games. The semifinals and finals will be played in best-of-3 series, with home court advantage going to the higher-seeded team from the regular season. Depending on their journey, finalists could play between 23 and 26 games. Meanwhile, 4 teams will see their campaigns ending after the regular season phase. So now let's walk through how the draw will be conducted. The teams have been separated into 10 seeds based on the club ranking. Teams will be drawn one by one from an urn containing only teams in the same seed, from the 1 seeds all the way through to the 10 seeds until all 20 teams have been selected. The first team drawn will be assigned to Group A, while the other team in the seed will be assigned to Group B. Now, as stated in the bylaws, 2 teams from the same domestic league cannot coincide in the same regular season group unless more than 2 teams from the same domestic league are participating in the regular season, which will be the case in today's draw. On the screen, you can now see the two empty groups where our teams will be placed as they are drawn. And to help us with the draw, please welcome to the stage Mr. Diego Guillen, EuroLeague Basketball Chief Basketball Operations Officer. Diego, welcome once again. We're back for another one. So let's begin now with our number one seeds. We will be choosing one of these two to go to Group A first. So if you would please, Diego. And the first team chosen to open up our draw is Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem, going to Group A as our top seed in that group. Very well, we can move on now to our second team from the one seed level, which will head up Group B. And that would be Turk Telekom Ankara. Turk Telekom Ankara then going to the first seed in Group B. Very well, let's move on now to our second seeds. Here we have two teams as well. So Diego, if you could bring over the urn and mix them up. So many of them. And now choose the team going to Group A. That would be Baxi Manresa. Baxi Manresa going to Group A at the 2 seed level. And we can now go ahead with our second draw of the 2 seed level. And that would be Cosea JL Bourg-en-Bresse from France, going then to Group B at the 2 seed level. Okay, moving right along now, the 3 seeds. Diego will bring over the urn, and we're ready to draw the first team. And the team going to Group A will be UBT Cluj-Napoca from Romania. UBT Cluj-Napoca taking the 3rd spot in Group A. Now next we can draw the second one, please, at 3 seed level. And it is Ratiofarm Ulm. Ratiofarm Ulm from Germany taking the 3rd spot in Group B. Okay, now we move on to the next level, the 4 seed level. So, thank you very much, Diego, and go ahead. Now, in this group, as he draws, I will tell you that there are 2 teams from Turkey. And since there's already a Turkish team, it doesn't matter where they go, because in one group or in the other, there's going to be 2. So, let's see who goes to Group A. Bahçeşehir College Istanbul. Bahçeşehir College Istanbul going to Group A. And now the second one, please, from this group, our 4 seed. And it's Beşiktaş Gain Istanbul. Beşiktaş Gain Istanbul going then to Group B. Very well, let's move on now to the 5 seeds. If you would like to bring the urn over, Diego, thank you very much. Now, let's choose. I want to just inform you that at this level, at the 5 seed, we have an Italian team and we have a team that participates in the Adriatic League. We will have the same situation a bit later. So whichever the Italian team goes to in the next, further down when we get to the other pair, the Italian team will have to go to the other and the Adriatic League team to the other as well. So let's see how it works out. First one, please. And we have Humana Reyer Venice going to Group A. Humana Reyer Venice going to Group A. It's our Italian representative. And at this level, the next one, please, Diego. And it's Budućnost Voli Podgorica going to Group B. And as I said before, this will have an effect on one of the other seeds further down where we have that same combination. Okay, very well. Let's go back now to 6 seeds. And if you can prepare that urn, Diego, let's go ahead and draw our first one. And here we go with Aris Midea Thessaloniki. Aris Midea Thessaloniki going to Group A at the 6th seed level. And if you would draw the second one team as well. Okay, and it is Panionios Athens. Panionios Athens going to Group B. Both of our Greek representatives at the same seed. Very well. Now we're coming right along. We're at the 7 seeds now, and we would ask Diego to please bring forward the urn for choosing these 2 teams. So let's go with the first one. At this level, we have 2 Lithuanian teams, Neptūnas Klaipėda, going to Group A. And now we can draw our second team from the 7th seed. And that would be, of course, Lietkabelis Panevezis going to Group B, completing our 7 seed level. Okay, only 3 seeds remaining, so let's go now to our 8 seeds. If you could please prepare the urn. Now this is the seed level where we also have a team from the Adriatic League and from Italy. So we have to, they will definitely go wherever the other team from that same league is not present. So please, if you take the first one. And it's Dolomiti Energia Trento. Dolomiti Energia Trento will go to Group B because we already have an Italian team in Group A. Next, please. And it's Cedevita Olimpia Ljubljana from Slovenia, which will go to Group A. As I said before, in order not to have 2 from the same league, the Italian or the Adriatic League, in that same group. Well, we're almost there. We're at 9, the 9 seeds. So I would ask Diego, please, if you could bring over the urn for the 9 seeds. And these will go directly to their spots. There are 2 German teams. We already have Ulm up on in one of the groups, but it does not matter because in one or the other there was going to be doubles. So we'll choose straight to A, and whoever next goes straight to B. So please, Diego, if you can choose. And the team going to Group A is Veolia Towers Hamburg. Veolia Towers Hamburg going to Group A at the 9 spot, the 9 seed level. And the next one, please. And of course, it's the Niners Chemnitz going to Group B. Niners Chemnitz going to Group B. Very well. Well, we're down to the last seed, the last level that we draw today. So let's prepare the final urn and our last two teams to be chosen. So, whenever you're ready, Diego, let's go with the first. No incompatibilities here. And we have Śląsk Wrocław from Poland going to Group A, completing that group. And now the next one, please, Diego. And that would be the London Lions. That's the easiest one for me to pronounce. The London Lions going to Group B as our last team. So thank you very much, Diego. We appreciate your help, and we know that you're going to have a very busy season managing the competition. So thanks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick look at our two groups. In Group A, we have Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem, we have Baxi Manresa, UBT Cluj Napoca, we have Bahçeşehir College Istanbul, we have Umana Reyer Venice, Aris Midea Thessaloniki, Neptunas Klaipeda, we have Cedevita Olympia Ljubljana, Veolia Towers Hamburg, and finally Śląsk Wrocław. Now, moving to Group B, let's quickly look through Turk Telekom Ankara in the first spot, Kosea JL Bourg-en-Bresse at the second, at the third, Ratio Farm Ulm, followed by Besiktas Gain Istanbul, then it's Budućnost Voli Podgorica, then after that Panionios Athens, followed by Lietkabelis Panejevic, and Dolomiti Energia Trento, followed in number 9 by Niners Chemnitz, and finally our last team in the draw and in Group B, London Lions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The 2025-26 BKT EuroCup groups are set. Each of the 20 teams now knows the path they must take to reach the top and to move forward towards the BKT EuroCup title. Now, a random computer draw will be held to define the regular season calendar, establishing the rounds and the order of the games in each group. So stay tuned to EuroCupBasketball.net for the official calendar in the coming days. Ladies and gentlemen, all that remains is to thank you for being here with us, for joining us at this very exciting moment for European club basketball. We wish the best of luck to all of our teams. We hope you enjoy the season ahead and have a wonderful summer.